the evening after the Toyota Owners 400. What's going on, guys? This is Preston here, and this is the Toyota Owners 400 race review. And second time in 2 years, Denny Hamlin has won. But this race at the finish got controversial. But first off, I'm going to recap the race and everything, and then we'll get to the juicy parts of what everything's happening. So stage one was won by Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson flat out dominated the first half of the race. But Martin Truex Jr., man, after that caution, that for Kyle was just making slight contact with the wall. Like that didn't need to happen in my opinion. And then Truex, we're gonna talk about Martin Truex Jr. in a little bit, but boy did he dominate this race. He led over 200 laps in this race, and we're gonna get to the good stuff, guys. Like I said towards the end of this video, but yeah. So at the start of the race, we were on wet weather tires because it was raining at Richmond Raceway, and yeah, at first NASCAR started off with rain tires, and the racing was really good. You had drivers going up on the outside, three wide for consecutive laps. Like it was really interesting to watch. And then once we get onto slicks, it was just Richmond. It was just Richmond at its fullest potential. So yeah, and then we didn't really get much, and then we didn't really get much incident-wise. The only incident that happened in stage one was where Josh Berry. Gotta talk about Josh Berry today. Gotta give a shout out to Josh Berry. He did great last night. He went up. He started all the way in the 30s, and he got back up. He got into the top 10 in one stage. So that's really good for Josh Berry. So Kyle Larson won stage one, and Bubba Wallace, I think he finished second. Bubba Wallace, man, he finished outside the top 10. In my opinion, should have finished inside the top 10, definitely. He had a top 10 car pretty much all day, all night last night, up until that point where he and Larson got together and Larson spun out. That ended up bringing the final caution that led into overtime. But we're going to talk about the strategies, because it was ruined by that caution for drivers like Larson, Wallace. They were now having to go back in traffic. That led to Martin Truex Jr. and the Toyotas. And I gotta talk about my boy Denny Hamlin, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about involving him. So, yeah. So stage two, was won by Martin Truex Jr. And then strategy came into play. We either had to take one stop, or multiple stops for stages in the stage. So yeah, and I think Chris Gabehart did the one tire strategy that he did at the Richmond race a couple years ago, where Denny Hamlin won because of strategy, and yeah, and this is a similar scenario. Denny Hamlin had like much more fresher tires than Logano, Larson, all the leaders, and in those final few laps, Truex was having a hard time trying to get through lap traffic. Logano was catching up there, and Denny Hamlin, he was catching up. He had a full head of steam. Like, Denny Hamlin was coming. He was on his way. And unfortunately, his tires just wore out, and we were stuck behind Joey Logano. And Truex Jr., if it wasn't for that caution, he would have won last night's race. But April Fools, he didn't win last night. So yeah, I just have to say that because it's April Fool's Day, and I didn't really feel like making an April Fool's Day video, so this is the best I can do. So, yeah, that caution where Larson spun out, where Larson got loose and got in the Bubba Wallace, and Larson spun out, that changed this race. And now it's time to get into the juicy stuff. So, on the final overtime restart, Denny Hamlin, he did say on his podcast, I listened to his podcast, I watched it, like, I necessarily, not really, like, jumped it, like, full on hit the gas. Yeah, that ended up, having Denny Hamlin having a good start. And Truex Jr., man, he was not happy at all. Like, he was upset. That is probably the maddest I've seen Martin Truex Jr. since 2018. That is literally the maddest I've seen. Look at him. He was like bumping into Larson for absolutely no reason, and then he just ran into his teammate. Like, I do feel bad for Truex, but I I can't hold this. I gotta call him out for something here because Truex. It's not like he got wrecked for 20th. Now he would have got wrecked for 20th, wrecked to the back of the field, like finished 30th. That would definitely be warranted something like that. But he finished fourth. Like he finished in the top five. He's still your points leader, and plus he could still win. We go into Martinsville this Sunday. A track that he's good at. He finished. I think he finished in the top five in last year's spring race. So if I'm Martin Truex Jr., I would be optimistic because he has. He shows you that he can still win races. It's just things have to go his way, and Truex Jr. hasn't won since July of last year, and I don't think when is the last time Truex has won a night race? I think it was the Clash. That didn't count on not counting a points race, obviously, but it's been a minute. I feel like it's been since Martinsville 2021 since he last won a night race. Man, it's been up and down for Martin Truex Jr. But I gotta admit, he kind of let his emotions get the best of him because he finished fourth, and I don't know. And what was the deal? I mean, aside from the restart, what did Denny Hamlin even do to Martin Truex Jr.? Aside from the restart, what did Denny Hamlin even do? Denny Hamlin didn't even put Truex in the wall. All I saw was just good racing, and granted, and maybe two teammates, but still, that's all I saw was just great close racing. That's literally all I see. It's just just people are acting like Denny Hamlin wrecked Martin Truex Jr. like Ty Gibbs did to Brandon Jones at this point. That's just how I see it. Just oh man, but I'm happy for Denny Hamlin that he won last night's race. We got the Easter luck. Denny Hamlin won this race because of our pit crew being Denny's pit crew being so good and elite, and Chris Gabehart making a strategy. To me, that's what put us in contention to win this race. Like, now granted, we didn't. Denny didn't do much up until the final stage. He was back in the he was for in the for a half of this race. Denny Hamlin wasn't even in the top 10. He was like I don't know somewhere between 11th and 13th, 11th and 17th, pretty much all race. He was stuck in outside the top 10 pretty much the first half of this race. But after that call with after that call where Kyle Busch hit the wall, which shouldn't be a caution in my and shouldn't be a caution in my eyes. Um, wow, just what a turn of events in this race, and what a way to get Denny Hamlin's second win of the season. I can two wins, and both of them are on short tracks, Bristol and now Richmond. So, I mean, luck went into Denny Hamlin's favor, and including myself as a Denny Hamlin fan myself. Yeah. Uh, yeah, guys. Now I'm gonna go and take a look at the race results. Guys, here's the race results. Denny Hamlin, my favorite driver, won. It was like a luck and strategy based. Finishes first. Joey Logano, he absolutely needed a run like this. He finishes second. Kyle Larson third, Martin Truex Jr. fourth. Running at the top five was Chase Elliott. He was on the front row today. Christopher Bell was indeed my pick to win this race, but I knew I picked a Toyota to win this race, but the wrong guy finishes sixth. William Byron seventh. Brad Keselowski eighth. I don't think he was really quiet yesterday. Chris Buescher ninth. Tyler Reddick rounds at the top 10. Josh Berry ends up finishing 11th after having a good car. Noah Gragson 12th. Bubba Wallace 13th after being in the top 10 for the majority of the race. 14th, Eric Jones. Ross Chastain's been incredibly quiet. He finishes 15th. Ty Gibson 16th. He had a penalty at some point in the race. He finishes 16th. Alex Bowman 17th. Chase Briscoe 18th. Ryan Blaney just did not have a good car at all yesterday. He finishes 19th. Kyle Busch, dude, he finishes 20th. Like Blaney, he didn't have a good car either. Todd Gilliland 21st. Daniel Suarez 22nd. Austin Cindric 23rd. Austin Dillon 24th. John Aaron Nemechek 25th. 26th, Michael McDowell. 27th, Carson Hocevar. 28th, Ryan Preece. 29th, Ty Dillon. 30th is Daniel Hemrick. 31st is Kaz Grala. 32nd is Justin Haley. 33rd is Ricky Stenhouse. 34th is Harrison Merton. Zane Smith 35th, and Corey LaJoie is last. So yeah, guys. In conclusion, this Richmond race was just decent. Was just average, kind of average. But NASCAR, if NASCAR had SMT data, it would have been much more clear. But Denny Hamlin did say on this podcast that he did jump the restart a little bit, and I can agree with that. He did jump the restart just a bit, and in my opinion, NASCAR, in my opinion, should have at least look at the SMT data to see, just to confirm. And yeah, because I know on the restart violations, I know this. If it was the second, if Denny Hamlin was in second and Truex was in the lead, yeah, Hamlin could have been penalized. But since it's I think since he's the leader, and anything else, I think since he was the leader, NASCAR really didn't really look at it, because if it was second place, NASCAR would have absolutely looked at this, because it happens before, like it happens, like if Denny was in second, NASCAR would have absolutely looked at that. So yeah, that's just what I see it. Um, but just wow, and Truex absolutely losing it. It's not like Denny Hamlin put Truex in the wall. It's not like what he did to Kyle Larson at Pocono last year. It's not like that. It wasn't like that. He didn't put Truex in the wall. He did not. All I saw was just close racing. That is literally all I saw. And yeah, this is people taking this stuff way too seriously. So that's what I see. So yeah, but you know what, guys? It is what it is. We got the win. Uh, this is definitely not the most deserving win, but this is NASCAR. Stuff like this is gonna happen. It is what it is, guys. So, anyways, guys, I'm giving this race a 6 out of 10 for the Toyota Owners 400. Just wow, what a race! It wasn't what a finish that was. Wasn't really the most exciting to say the least, but I originally think Richmond should at least have one date. Do I think the racing is bad as Phoenix? Do I think the racing is like the worst? No, it's not the track in my opinion. It's just the cars. Just that's all I can say. And plus, with Richmond being a one track, I feel like with Richmond only being one race, that would really help the stands. It would really help. So yeah, that's what I can say there. Um, just wow. So yeah, guys, happy for a Denny Hamlin dub. Martin Truex Jr. with this kind of speed, he'll definitely get a win at some point this season with the way how things are, with the way speed is can go in for him. And plus, if I'm Martin Truex Jr., like I said, I would be absolutely confident because over the past few weeks, his car's been fast. Like his cars have been really good. He's been really consistent this season. This is to me is just like be consistent this season. So yeah, I'd be very optimistic. And plus, it's still early in the season, so Trix could still get a win. And plus, we're going back here to Richmond in the summer, so he could get a redemption there. It's not like it's the end of the world just because of this, guys. So I could say from this race, just wow, just wow, guys. We got an Easter win. Then he gets an Easter win and then a hometown win. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this race? And let me know how this finish went for y'all. Let me know down in the comments below. And anyways, guys, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.